KXO Radio, a look back at the year that was. A year in your ear.
2020 saw major Supreme Court rulings against the Trump administration on immigration, executive power, and abortion.
The White House press secretary calls the ruling unfortunate.
Then,
Justice Ginsburg died this evening surrounded by her family.
Even in death, Ginsburg broke barriers.
The first woman to lie in state in the U.S. Capitol.
A fierce battle began to confirm her replacement,
Judge Amy Coney Barrett.
Democrats accused Republicans of advancing an election year Supreme Court nomination after denying President Obama the same.
You will never get your credibility back.
Democrats also worried abortion rights in Obamacare would be destroyed.
Healthcare coverage for millions of Americans is at stake.
But a pledge from Barrett.
I have certainly no agenda.
As Senate Republicans secured her nomination.
I, Amy Coney Barrett.
With a swearing in soon after. Steve Dorsey, CBS News.
A year in your ear.
From KXO Radio.
And today is December 31st, New Year's Eve. Got some birthdays for you, some big shot birthdays. These are really big shot birthdays. Actor Anthony Hopkins, Sir Anthony Hopkins, 83 years old today. Tim Considine of My Three Sons, he's 80 years old today. Sarah Miles, one of my favorite actresses back when, she is 79. Barbara Carrera, she was in A Bond Girl, Never Say Never Again. She is 79 years old. Guitarist Andy Summers of The Police is 78. Ben Kingsley, Sir Ben Kingsley, 77 years old today. Tim Matheson is 73. Burton Cummings of the Guess Who is 73 years old. Joe D'Alessandro, he is an actor. He's 72 today. Tom Hamilton of Aerosmith, the bassist. He plays a bass. He's 69 today. James Remar of Dexter is 67. Bebe Neuwirth, she was on Cheers, Madam Secretary, all kinds of stuff. Big on Broadway. She's 62. Singer Paul Westerberg is 61. Val Kilmer is 61. He was Jim Morrison in The Doors. Lance Reddick of Fringe and The Wire is 51 years old. And the Joey McIntyre, he was in New Kids on the Block. I think he's still there, out there again, aren't they? He's 48 years old today. Those are the big shot birthdays. We got the regular people coming up.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns. And that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
Happy birthdays this morning to the New Year's Eve babies. Alma Romero, Jessica Pacheco, Jessica Quesada, Irene Garcia, Maria Llanos, Jewel Lang, Maria Vega, Earl Ferguson, Emily Nicole Mulvihill, Rafael Gudino, Richard Castillo, Isaac Bravo, Conchita Briones, Jacob Aguirre, Marisol Granados, Teresa Castillo Munger, Dolores Lopez, and Norma Troll. Happy birthday to each and every one.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
Yeah, we've got your World California News headlines brought to you by Locke Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For sales and service, call the experts at Locke Air Conditioning.
CBS News Brief. We're heading into 2021 with some grim COVID numbers. The nation reported nearly 4,000 deaths yesterday. The new variant turned up in California as well as Colorado. Dr. William Schaffner of Vanderbilt University.
We've seen, obviously, a surge of COVID throughout the country, and this new variant may be contributing to that.
Federal investigators have now joined the probe into why someone at a Wisconsin health service may have destroyed 500 doses of vaccine. Here's Vicki Barker.
Executives at the Aurora Medical Center in Grafton, Wisconsin now say 500 doses of coronavirus vaccine that were ruined this past weekend were left out overnight on purpose. They say the employee involved has confessed and been fired. The motive isn't yet known.
It's 2021 in Pyongyang, North Korea. Celebrations more subdued in places like Australia and New Zealand. CBS News Brief, I'm Cammie McCormick.
Whatever the weather brings this winter, you can rely on a York Affinity Premium System to keep your home warm and comfortable. You'll get maximum efficiency thanks to advanced technology and helping to significantly reduce your energy bills. Plus, you can stay connected via our Wi-Fi-enabled touchscreen thermostat. Every York unit is designed, engineered, and assembled in the United States and backed by industry-leading warranties. Affordable financing options are available. Call Lock Air Conditioning, your local York dealer, at 760-353-4501. That's 353-4501 to schedule a free evaluation of your system. York, install confidence. Contractor's license 696-216.
California headline news. That new strain of COVID-19 detected in a 30-year-old San Diego man. Dr. Anthony Fauci on a call with Governor Gavin Newsom Wednesday, saying the more contagious variant transmits more easily from one person to another, but it's not believed to be more deadly.
We likely will be seeing reports from other states. Colorado were the first to do that. I think you're going to start seeing it.
Fauci saying researchers in the UK have found that those previously infected with the original strain don't seem to be getting reinfected by the new mutation. Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti says there were another 10,400 new COVID cases in LA County Wednesday, 274 more deaths.
1 in 5 Angelinos who are testing to see if they're COVID positive are now COVID positive.
On Wednesday, the state reported more than 400 new fatalities. Hospitalizations are spiking, prompting hospitals to ration care, especially in regions like Southern California and the San Joaquin Valley. Upper 60s in LA today, upper 30s at Lake Tahoe, low 60s in Sacramento. Jeff Scott, California News.
And your World California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. For your air conditioning and sheet metal needs, call Lock Air Conditioning today, 760-353-4501. The
IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands, even tens of thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
And we are now ready for page 1 of the local news, brought to you by Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, with 2 locations in the Valley, in Brawley at Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and in El Centro on Imperial Avenue, right next to Food for Less. COVID-19 update. It was released by the County Public Health Department, the Wednesday report, that the number of deaths as a result of COVID-19 in Imperial County is now at 414. That's up from 411 reported on Tuesday. Active cases of COVID-19 has gone down slightly to 1,714 as compared to 1,717 reported on Tuesday. Public Health says there are 185 COVID-19 patients hospitalized in Imperial County, 7 less than was reported on Tuesday. There are 2 ICU beds available in the county compared to 4 available on Tuesday. New cases per day per 100,000 population is now at 87.81. Positivity rate is now at 30.84%. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and El Centro Regional Medical Center are now able to administer monoclonal antibody therapeutic treatments in the Valley. Temporary COVID-19 infusion center will treat certain COVID-19 patients. The center will treat patients who have tested positive for COVID-19 and are at high risk of severe illness or hospitalization. Patients at the infusion center will receive one of 2 monoclonal antibody therapeutics authorized by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Dr. Robert Cadlick, HHS Assistant Secretary for Preparedness and Response, said at this infusion center, a federal medical team will be on hand to provide therapeutic treatments that can keep people from becoming so sick that they need to be hospitalized, which will help reduce the stress on the hospital, particularly the intensive care unit, and save lives as well. El Centro Regional CEO Dr. Adolf Edward said, in our fight against COVID, adding a tool in our toolbox we can call therapies to include the infusion center is going to be a win-win for this community. He said we're finally going to be able to actually treat patients at an early stage that might have a COVID, and now we can actually see that besides vaccines and therapeutics, we are going to win this battle. The medicines are administered through an intravenous infusion treatment. The infusion and medical observation together will take about 2.5 hours. Adults and pediatric patients who are COVID-19 positive and at high risk of progressing to severe COVID-19 and or hospitalization can be treated as long as they meet at least one of several criteria. Monoclonal antibody treatments have been shown to decrease hospitalization rates in people at highest risk for severe disease from COVID-19. We'll have more in just a minute.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires sold at Quick Lane, guaranteed. Just ask your Quick Lane service advisor. Now we're talking the best brands available: Michelin, Continental, Pirelli, Dunlap, Kelly, Bridgestone, and more. And we're talking the best price. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 in Julia Drive, and on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less in El Centro.
And the CJHP MEP results. California Highway Patrol releases maximum enforcement period stats. The MEP is the California Highway Patrol's holiday patrol program. For the Christmas holiday, CHP reports 5 DUI arrests and 1 property damage collision. And that's it. That's all that happened. Highway Patrol will go into their next maximum enforcement period this evening at 6 p.m. MEP will continue through midnight Sunday night. Covering the entire New Year's holiday weekend, maximum enforcement is when the Highway Patrol assigns as many officers as possible to patrol the roadways. Officers will be enforcing all traffic laws, but especially DUIs, seatbelt, and other safety issues. 2 fatals, 1 injured in an incident, a single vehicle collision. It occurred Christmas Eve east of Incopa on Interstate 8 before the maximum enforcement period began over the Christmas weekend. 70-year-old man was driving the vehicle west on Interstate. The SCHP says the vehicle went off the roadway, went airborne, and crashed down into the eastbound lanes. A driver and a 62-year-old female front seat passenger suffered fatal injuries. They were pronounced at the scene. 56-year-old female rear seat passenger was injured. She was flown to Sharp Memorial Hospital in San Diego with major injuries. CHP says that collision remains under investigation. Page 1 of the local news has been a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in El Centro on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less, and in Brawley on Highway 86 and Julia Drive. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you will never need an appointment.
Goddard's Gold. From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM AM 1230. KXO.
What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the goal, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
And it's page 2 of the local news, brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for your life and health insurance needs or retirement planning. Border Patrol agents seized narcotics found on 1st Street near downtown Kxo on Tuesday. Incident occurred at approximately 6:45 p.m. on 1st Street. Agents responded to a report of an individual that was seen throwing an unknown object over the international border fence. When agents arrived at the location, they found a tape-wrapped kettlebell lying on the sidewalk. Agents seized the suspected illegal narcotics. The seized packages yield a positive result for methamphetamine. When tested, the total weight of the methamphetamine discovered was approximately 1.09 pounds with an estimated value of $2,432. El Centro sector turned over the narcotic package to the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration. Yuma guidelines. The guidelines have been issued by the Yuma County Sheriff's Office. They are legal guidelines. They say discharging firearms into the air is absolutely strictly illegal everywhere. Fireworks can be used on private property, but not on public property, including parks, sidewalks, streets, and right-of-ways, except by permit for supervised public display. They say anything designed or intended to rise into the air and explode or detonate in the air is strictly illegal. It is also unlawful to sell, offer, or expose for sale, use, explode, or possess any of the illegal fireworks. They encourage residents to be safe, responsible, and courteous to neighbors. If you have pets, keep them inside if fireworks are being used. We're going to take a look at your weather in just a minute.
Have you received notice that your Medicare health plan is changing or going away? Are you turning 65 soon, or are you newly eligible to Medicare and have questions about your Medicare options? Then give David or Jose a call at David H. West Insurance to learn about the ABCs of Medicare. Don't delay. Call David H. West Insurance Services now at 760-352-3411. That's 760-352-3411. That's David H. West Insurance.
The high temperature yesterday, 68 degrees. Yonaido this morning, 36. National Weather Service says dry conditions and slightly below normal temperatures are expected through the rest of the week. Low temperatures will dip into the 30s for many lower desert locations each night through Sunday. A dry weather system will be moving through the region today into early Friday, tomorrow, New Year's Day, and will bring a period of cloudy skies and breezy northerly winds along the lower Colorado River Valley. Increasing high pressure Friday into the weekend will result in clearing skies before increasing cloudiness into early next week as another weather system approaches the region. Weather forecast calling for sunny skies today. Highs right near 67. South to southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows around 43. Northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. New Year's Day, sunny skies. Highs right near 68. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And right now we are looking at 41 degrees in Yuma, 41 in Indio, 25 degrees. It is cold up on the mountain in Campo. 41 degrees in Mexicali, 35 degrees in Nyland, 36 degrees now at the county airport, 55% the relative humidity. Page 2 of the local news has been brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance plans and Medicare supplement coverage. David H. West Insurance Services.
To some, a baby's babbling doesn't mean much, but it does. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Learn more at autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
In the world of sports, on the scoreboard in the NBA, it was the Celtics over the Grizzlies, 126-107. Nets beat the Hawks, 145-141. Heat over the Bucks, 119-108. Hornets got by the Mavericks, 118-99. Lakers beat the Spurs, 121-107. Clippers beat the Trailblazers, 128-105. And in college bowl games, there was a couple of them played yesterday. The Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, Oklahoma defeated Florida big time, 55-20. Duke's Mayo Bowl, that was Wisconsin all over Wake Forest, 42-28. We'll have more sports in just a minute.
The holidays are bustling with activity. Handle it all with Happy Honda Days. Shopping for that perfect present? The Honda Accord and Civic Sedan can get you there. Take on the season with financing as low as 0.9% APR on the 2020 Accord and as low as 1.9% APR on the 2020 Civic Sedan on select models for well-qualified buyers.
See your Southwest Desert Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
And in Major League Baseball, the Padres obtained Yu Darvish from the Cubs because they want to try and catch the Dodgers. They want to be on an equal anyway. Why did the Cubs do it? Club president Jed Hoyer said they made the trade because they were able to obtain 4 very young, very good prospects and starter Zach Davis, who is a pretty good pitcher himself, and he reset his team so they can compete in their division and not wind up in the cellar. Blake Snell, he was obtained by the Dodgers from Tampa Bay. He's the guy who gave up the ball in Game 6 of the World Series for Tampa Bay, shaking his head after manager Kevin Cash's curious pitching change with the 3 years remaining on his contract. Snell hardly considered that could be a final moment as a Tampa Bay Ray, but it was, and he is now a Padre. So now they have a very good pitching staff, the Padres do. Minnesota Twins also made a deal. They signed former Los Angeles Angels closer Hansel Robles to a 1-year contract. The deal is worth $2 million. And in tennis, Sam Querrey has been disciplined for something he did in October, apparently breached COVID-19 protocols, and the American Tennis Players Association, they have suspended him. He had handed a suspension and a suspended $20,000 fine on the tour for breaching the coronavirus protocols at the St. Petersburg Open in October. So he wasn't suspended. He was fined $20,000, and that was suspended. NASCAR, the new season starts in February. The 23X1 Racing announced that it has a full slate of sponsorships to back the new NASCAR team owned by Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin. DoorDash, McDonald's, Columbia Sportswear, Dr. Pepper, and Root Insurance were all named as a founding partners for the number 23 Toyota Camry that Bubba Wallace will be driving next season. Dr. Pepper had, all of them except Dr. Pepper had existing relationships with Wallace, and many signed since this summer when he took a national role in social justice issues. Wallace is the only black full-time driver in NASCAR's Cup Series, top level for NASCAR. NASCAR is already has started adjusting their 2021 calendar. First 3 races of the season, which begins February 14th with the Daytona 500, all will be held in Florida. NASCAR shifted the February race scheduled for Fontana, California, to the road course at Daytona International Speedway. It swapped the Fontana date to make it the second race of the season and follow the Daytona 500 at the same track. The race at Homestead Miami Speedway, originally scheduled as the second event of the year, was moved into the Fontana original slot and will be held on February 28th. After that, the schedule is expected to resume as was designed. That's it. That's a look at sports.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground, covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns. And that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
And in financial news this morning, U.S. stocks opened flat this morning with the S&P 500 and NASDAQ set to record solid gains in 2020 on hopes that more stimulus and coronavirus vaccines will continue to drive a strong economic recovery. Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 8.08 points or 0.03% at the open to 417.64. S&P 500 opened higher by 1.23 points or 0.03% at 3,733.27, while the NASDAQ Composite gained 7.09 points or 0.6% to 12,877.09 at the opening bell. We got your weather coming up next.
California, has faults and even a few earthquakes. What are your plans if one happens? Well, before the next one, prepare yourself and your family in your home. Conduct practice drills, physically place yourself in safe locations. And for more earthquake preparedness information, contact the Imperial County Office of Emergency Services, the American Red Cross, or call us at 1230 KXO.
The high temperature yesterday, 68 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 36. National Weather Service says we can expect sunny skies today. Highs right near 67. South to southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows around 43. Northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. New Year's Day, sunny skies. Highs right near 68. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And right now we are looking at 36 degrees, 55% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality unhealthy for sensitive groups in Calexico. Air quality is same thing, unhealthy for sensitive groups at the University of Baja California in Mexicali. Air quality is good for the rest of the region. Coming across the border, you got a 30, there's no report. There's no report of anybody at the port right now. So all we have is news coming up next.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
Your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The U.S. closes the chapter on 2020 with yet another one-day record for coronavirus deaths. There were more than 3,700 yesterday. If the information sounds like a broken record, Dr. Christina Box with the Indiana Department of Health.
Please do not get numb to these numbers. These are our friends, our family members, and our neighbors.
Her state reported more than 100 new deaths on each of the past 2 days. So far, 2.7 million people in the U.S. have gotten COVID vaccines. That's far short of the Trump administration's plan to administer 20 million by today. Correspondent Manuel Bajorquez.
The federal government left the work of administering vaccines to the states, and more national leadership is needed to manage the logistical challenges, says CBS News medical contributor Dr. David Agus.
Giving each state the ability to do it themselves and each county the ability to developing their rollout plans probably wasn't the smartest. So we're at that 11th hour, and we have to succeed here, and we're not.
It turns out hundreds of doses of Moderna vaccine were destroyed on purpose. CBS's Vicki Barker. Executives at the Aurora Medical Center in Grafton, Wisconsin now say 500 doses of coronavirus vaccine that were ruined this past weekend were left out overnight on purpose. They say the employee involved has confessed and been fired. The motive isn't yet known.
The new year has already arrived in other parts of the world.
3,
2, 1. Happy New Year!
As the fireworks welcomed in 2021 in Sydney, it was a sombre affair. No big crowds because of COVID restrictions, but there was a dazzling 7-minute fireworks display across Sydney Harbour. Scott Mayman for CBS News, Brisbane, Australia.
The famous ball drop is still on for New York City's Times Square, but the NYPD's Terrence Monahan says shoulder-to-shoulder crowds will not be allowed this year.
We're going to have teams working up and down those blocks. Anyone that starts to gather, they're going to be told to move along. We are not going to allow people to stand on the street corner, stare up.
They're getting ready for winter weather from the south to the Midwest. CBS meteorologist David Parkinson.
So there is the potential for snow from the Mexican border in western Texas all the way up through and into western Ohio today into tomorrow, potentially even into Saturday.
Another 787,000 people signed up for jobless benefits last week. That's down by 19,000 from the week before, making it the lowest level in a month. The figure is still nearly 4 times higher than a year ago. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
It's totally normal to be constipated with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way. You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives to help relieve belly pain and let you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Individual results may vary. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor today. You may be able to save on Linzess and make fewer trips to the pharmacy. See if you're eligible to pay as little as $30 for 90 days. Visit linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
2020 was a big year for the U.S. space program, and 2021 could be even bigger.
SpaceX may exceed the more than 24 launches it had this year.
Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon, go NASA.
They included 2 human space flights, and there are plans for 2 more to the space station next year. Boeing hopes to do the same with its Starliner next summer. NASA's Perseverance rover is due to land on Mars in February, and after years of delays, the agency hopes to launch its James Webb Space Telescope from French Guiana next October. After that, an unpiloted test of the Artemis moon rocket and its Orion spacecraft. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
Meet Sir Lewis Hamilton.
This is where Hamilton on lap 19 regains the lead back again.
Formula One champ has been knighted by Queen Elizabeth as part of her New Year's honors list. Hamilton gives part of the credit to the Black Lives Matter movement. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
What can help you take advantage of today's low mortgage rates and save money? Rocket can. You could save hundreds of dollars every month by refinancing with Rocket Mortgage at today's near historic low rates. If your current rate is over 4%, you could lower your payment by over $150 a month, saving thousands in interest every year. Call us today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Savings are based on Quicken Loans, internal data. Ways and fees may apply. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS Consumer Access.org. Number 3030.
Newsmax TV. Everyone's talking about it. 30 million people are watching Newsmax for real news on President Trump, Biden, the election, and more. And make sure you vote in Newsmax's national poll asking if President Trump should concede. Just text FISH to 39747 and vote instantly. That's FISH to 39747. Watch Newsmax for great shows on major cable systems and free on Roku, YouTube, smart TVs, and more. Vote about Trump. Text FISH to 39747 today.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.